Good evening and welcome to the September 4th, 2024 Penfield Town Board Legislative Meeting. Would Councilwoman Teglash please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Linda. Before we call this meeting to order, I would like to honor the memory of Officer Darrell Pearson, who tragically lost his life in the line of duty 10 years ago yesterday. His bravery, dedication, and service to our community will never be forgotten. As we take this moment of silence, let us reflect on the sacrifice he made and extend our deepest sympathies to his family, friends, and colleagues who continue to carry his legacy. May his memory inspire us to uphold the values he stood for and to strive for a safer and stronger community. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Will the clerk please read the roll call?
Barry.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Leenhouts.
Here.
Ockenden.
Here.
Teglash.
Here.
Okay, I'm going to move the agenda out of order a bit. I'm going to ask the McKay family and Sammy Jo Ermacher, if I'm saying that right, from CURE to please join us in the front. And will the clerk please read the Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, the proclamation, please, town proclamation.
Then the levy. Right, I left.
Okay. So Childhood Cancer Awareness Month for September 2024. Whereas the month of September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, during this month, childhood cancer organizations raise awareness and funds in honor and memory of kids with cancer. And whereas cancer does not discriminate, impacting even our youngest children, and whereas childhood cancer is a leading cause of death by disease in children, and whereas over 40 children per day are diagnosed with cancer in the U.S., according to the American Childhood Cancer Organization, and whereas the number of families impacted by childhood cancer continues to grow, including right here in our Penfield community. And whereas the Town of Penfield is honored to join organizations, families, and individuals around the world as we raise awareness of childhood cancer and honor and remember all those impacted. And now be it resolved, the Town of Penfield proclaims September 2024 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, dated September 4th, 2024, signed by Jeff Leenhouts, Town Supervisor, and listed Kevin Berry, Councilman, Candace Lee, Councilwoman, Bob Ockenden, Councilman, and Linda Teglash, Councilwoman.
You can.
I'll start.
So I'll give you a little bit of background about CURE and what we do. CURE is a childhood cancer organization in Rochester. We were founded in 1976 by founders who have lost their children to childhood cancer, and they saw a need for families to connect with one another and connect with others who are going through a similar experience. So I'm proud to say, nearly 50 years later, we are still connecting families in the Rochester area, and we provide financial, economic, social, and educational support to our families and our kiddos. And we're just so thankful for you all to proclaim September Childhood Awareness Month. It's really important to us that we share the advocacy and we spread awareness because this is a big month for our families, and it's important for them to know that they're not going through these battles alone. So thank you all for being here and for claiming September.
Ian is 19. He's on the autism spectrum. He plays challenger baseball for Penfield the past 13 years. I was a business owner here 27 years ago. We live in Webster. We love Penfield. It's a second home. Everybody is so warm and welcoming, and we're very grateful. Ian had his stage 4 Burkitt's lymphoma during COVID. So it was hard. We couldn't have family or friends. So we did rely on Cure. So they were a blessing, for lack of a better word. And thank you all for your time. We appreciate it.
Do you?
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say that Sherry McKay was my daughter's dance teacher when she was a toddler. So I've known Sherry a long time.
I was 12.
It's a small town. I say it every day.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Have a good night. Enjoy the nice weather. So next up, can we please have the members of Penfield 11U All-Star Team join us in the front for their speeches? Just kidding. So all you got to do is listen. Real easy. Whereas the Penfield Little League Softball 11 under All-Star Team won the New York State title in July, and whereas the team went on an incredible run to capture the championship, starting with winning the district title against Pittsford Little League, and whereas the team then traveled St. James, Smithtown Little League, and Long Island area to take part in the state championship tournament, whereas at the tournament the girls had a dominant performance, and whereas Penfield went undefeated, beating all 4 teams it faced, including in the championship game, where Penfield beat North Baltimore North Merrick 3-1. And whereas en route to the championship, the team outscored its opponents an astounding 31-4. Wow. And now, be it resolved on behalf of the entire Penfield community, this Penfield Town Board, it's honored to recognize this incredible team, this incredible group. The town board extends its congratulations and thanks the team for representing the town of Penfield so well. Way to go, girls. Thank you.
Outstanding.
I get the picture.
Yeah, that's a team. When you think about all the companies. Yeah.
If the other town board members would like to join, we can get a bigger photo as well. I'll move out of the way.
You guys,
Someone want to hold the trophy? Yeah, you big thing. There we go. There we go. All right, everyone look here, and then I'll back away for all the parents. Ready, girls? 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm gonna try not to sneak in there.
Great job, ladies. Your picture's got to be full out. Okay. So first order of business tonight is communications and announcements. I'll start with our town clerk, Ms. Stockloff, please.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. If you have not received your tax bill by Monday, September 9th, actually, I'm going to...
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
They pop out.
Have a good night.
Congratulations.
It's hard for a lot of women, a lot of young girls to leave quietly.
Yeah, take the trophy.
It's funny. Take the
All right.
Okay. So if you've not received your tax bill by Monday, September 9th, please contact the tax office at 340-8625, and we will mail or email it to you. First installment is due by September 16th without interest. Second and third installments can only be paid to the Monroe County Treasury. A 1% interest fee will be added to the first installment if paid after the 16th through September 20th, but after September 20th, the installment option will no longer be available. Full payments will need to be paid by October 1st without a penalty or interest. After October 1st, full payment can be made at the town hall through October 31st with an additional 2% interest. And I know that was a mouthful, so all details can be found on the town's website at penfield.org. Also, the Department of Environmental Conservation announced that the free lifetime replacement period began on August 28th and will run through November 1st. Requests made after this period are subject to all application fees. The official DEC Hunt Fish New York mobile app is now available to download. With the app, you will have instant mobile access to your sporting licenses, privileges, and permits, and you can submit game harvest reports as well as see the hunting, trapping, and freshwater fishing regulation guides. So if you do get this app, you no longer have to carry your licenses with you. But for more information, you may contact me at 340-8629, or you can call DECAL's call center directly at 866-933-2257. And lastly, the annual fall golf tournament to benefit the Shepherd Home will be held on Monday, September 23rd from noon to 6 at Midvale Country Club, 2387 Baird Road. Please call me at 340-8629 or visit shepherdhome.org for more information. It should be a lovely day. I've done this golf tournament for many years, and it's really a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll have good weather. And that's it.
Thank you. Councilwoman Teglash, please.
The 2024 Fall Drop-Off event for Penfield residents will be held on Friday, September 27th and Saturday, September 28th. Due to construction at the Department of Public Works facility, the event will occur at the Penfield Little League Complex, the lower parking lot, which is adjacent to Bachman Field at 3180 Atlantic Avenue. Accepted materials will include metals and appliance recycling, brush disposal, no leaves or grass, clothing and linen donations, bottles, and can collection. On Saturday only, a secure document destruction vehicle will be available for materials that will be destroyed on site. Electronic recycling will not be available at this event. To find locations accepting electronics, visit penfield.org and search for recycling services. For information, do not leave your electronics on the curb. New York state law prohibits trash haulers from collecting them. Penfield Community Bike Drop event on October 5th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Penfield Community Center, organized by Penfield Recreation and Penfield Rotary. They collect used bikes for Our Community Bikes, which repairs and provides bikes to needy individuals in Rochester for transportation, work, and recreation. Drive-through drop-off is available, and it's free and open to the public. More information is at ourcommunitybikes.net, and that's just the letter R, ourcommunitybikes.net.
Okay. Bob, Councilman Bob.
Thank you. The annual Household Hazardous Waste Drop-Off will be held on Saturday, September 14th from 7:45 a.m. to noon. This is an appointment-only event. The Monroe County Department of Environmental Services, in conjunction with the towns of Penfield, Webster, and the Village of Webster, join forces to hold an annual appointment-only hazardous household waste collection. This year's event will be at our DPW located here at 1607 Jackson Road. Again, the event is the 14th from 7:45 a.m. to noon. Appointments are required at all the collections to ensure safety and reduce wait times. To schedule your appointment, you can go online to the Monroe County website, or you can call 340-8710 during business hours, Monday through Friday, 7 to 3:30. This event is open to all Monroe County residents. However, waste from businesses will not be accepted at this. And then join us for the town's final amphitheater event of the year, Tastin' the Blues. It'll be taking place on Saturday, September 28th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Penfield Amphitheater and Kiwanis Stage in Veterans Memorial Park. This event promises an unforgettable afternoon of blues music. You can enjoy the soulful tunes of Steve Grills and the Roadmasters. And that's not all. You can enjoy a range of scrumptious food options. And for beer lovers, there'll be an opportunity for locally brewed beer tasting. Additionally, you can showcase your chili tasting abilities in our chili competition and participate in the judging process. Don't miss out on this fantastic event. It's a perfect way to close out the amphitheater season in style.
Oh, that's fun. Councilman Barry, please.
Thank you. The Penfield Ecumenical Food Shelf is currently seeking new volunteers to participate in their Adopt a Shelf program. The commitment requires individuals to dedicate 3 or 4 months per year and contribute around 20 items per month, such as items like mustard, jelly, and hamburger helper. If you're interested in helping, please refer to the website at www.penfieldecumenicalfoodshelf.com for more information. Join the Penfield Trails Committee for a guided scenic trek through Channing Philbrick Park, located at 1 Linear Park Drive. This event is scheduled for Saturday, September 14th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The park is situated along Irondequoit Creek and holds historical significance to Penfield. Participants will meet at the upper parking lot and should keep an eye out for hike signs to locate the group. The hike is open to all ages with the recommendation that children under 16 be accompanied by an adult. It's important to come prepared with appropriate footwear such as hiking boots or shoes, as the terrain can occasionally be steep and slippery. Registration is encouraged on the Penfield Rec website at www.penfield.org/hike. Lastly, if you're interested in getting involved in supporting the Penfield Trails Committee, they are always looking for volunteers to join their planning committee or assist with trail maintenance. For more details, you can contact Penfield Recreation at 585-340-8655, extension 0.
Thanks, Kevin. Councilwoman Lee?
Thank you. The Friends of the Penfield Public Library are hosting their 47th annual used book sale next week at the Community Center. This event features a wide variety of items from books, DVDs, CDs, puzzles, games, and special items. Sale proceeds will benefit the Penfield Public Library, and the event is open to everyone. Friends of the Public Library members have early access on September 10th. The sale then opens to the general public from September 11th through Saturday, the 14th. For information on the hours, instructions, payment options, please visit the library website.
Thank you. I just have one announcement. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Childhood Cancer Awareness Month is recognized every September by childhood cancer organizations around the world, with a goal to increase awareness and raise funds for those affected by childhood cancer. The American Childhood Cancer Organization encourages everyone to go gold during September in honor and in memory of our kids with cancer. Okay, so we have one public hearing tonight. I'd like to ask the town clerk to call the public hearing.
To allow a former business space to be converted to a coffee house and to allow future use of the outbuilding for ice cream sales at 1350 Empire Boulevard in the LaSalles Landing Development LLD zoning district. The notice was published in the Webster Herald on August 28, 2024, posted on the town's website and town clerk bulletin board. 7 postcards were mailed.
And our Director of Developmental Services will give us a preview.
I'll give you a quick preview. As we mentioned at the work session meeting, this is a proposed change in use for existing space at 1350 Empire Boulevard. For anyone watching at home or here in the audience, the space in question was the former canoe kayak Oak Orchard business. That portion's now vacant. The proposal is for a coffee house to operate in the application, even though there's no physical changes to the site. Any new use in this district requires a special use permit to be issued by the town board, and based on town law, that requires a public hearing. So that's the purpose of tonight's meeting. The applicant is here in the audience, can come up and give a quick overview of the proposed business. And so tonight's just a public hearing. No decisions are being made. You can sit down at the table right there and just talk into a mic. I know you know how to do that.
I feel like I'm on Shark Tank.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I'm a resident of Penfield, and my family and I live here. And
Could you say your name?
Oh, my name is Elvio Fernandez. And I'm a professional musician. I also own a music academy called Rockstar Academy. And we have a lot of young singer-songwriters that don't have a place to show their skills and learn how to, perform in front of a small crowd because they're 16, they're teenagers. I also have a passion for coffee. And, I often drive down Empire Boulevard to go to 590 to go into the city, and I'm always saying to myself, God, I wish there was a really good coffee option headed towards 590. So this became available, and in a nutshell, we are, excited about the prospect of opening a specialty coffee shop there that features, obviously, coffee and some healthy food options, and then also have a small stage in there for some young singer-songwriters to be able to hone their skills and learn that aspect of performance. And then the obvious summertime ice cream on the bay sounds like a great idea as well. And as you can see, there's like an outbuilding on the right-hand side there with a window already, and it just is screaming ice cream. So that's basically what we'd like to do.
Any questions, anybody?
I'm excited for it. I think it's great.
Thank you. I am too.
Elvio, I'd like to say I can attest to your business skills. I don't know if you remember me, but you sold me my first house. Yeah. So.
I'm not going to lie. You did look familiar. That guy. Wow. Well, I hope I didn't. I hope it worked out.
No, you did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That was a long time ago.
How does that, you said business skills. Yeah. I was thinking music skills, and I'm like, they don't really.
He sang while he sold. No.
She's not wrong.
Very good.
Is the space just where we can see the canoe kayak?
Yeah.
Is it just that portion?
Yep, that portion's approximately 1,700 square feet. It's going to be a pretty decent size for a coffee shop. There'll be some seating. The stage is actually going to be right in the middle of the place. I go to Nashville a lot for work, and they have these songwriter rounds where you'll see artists go up, and they're kind of surrounded by the crowd. And the way that building is, there's this platform right in the middle of it that we couldn't remove, and I was like, perfect, because that'll be the stage. So I think it'll be a really unique kind of live acoustic music venue, especially for, like I said, teens that don't get a chance to do this kind of thing. So it's kind of serving two purposes, my coffee passion and also my passion for young musicians and my music academy and stuff like that. So,
do you have any outdoor space in the back?
So you see where all those cars are parked?
Yep.
That's a whole green space that leads right to the water. So that'll be outdoor seating, like, picnic tables, maybe those Adirondack chairs where people can go have their coffee near the water. But we talked about maybe, obviously with town approval, quarterly maybe have one of the acoustic songwriters, play outside for people. But it won't be anything that's going to be like loud, big PA disruptive.
Right.
It would be a small type of thing, but that's not the main focus of what we're doing. That'll be mostly inside, but.
So,
If all goes well, when do you hope to open?
If all goes well, probably I would say late fall, like November. There's a lot of construction that needs to happen on the inside, as far as, just laying it out and equipment and all that stuff. But we're hoping November, but I'd rather do it right than quick, so.
Very good.
So Carrie, I'm trying to recall from the application, I think most of it was administrative review, and aside from the formality of the hearing for
Sure.
the change in use, but for some of the activities, I'm sure, so long as they fall within code, right, it's not going to bubble up to board review for any other special uses aside from this change.
No, I think because he's indicated the music and the possibility of some outdoor, any future resolution would address those items so that it's captured as part of the conditional use permit, which is consistent with how we've handled, the special use permit that we've handled for others in this area that have indicated music might be played on occasion. So that could be captured as at a future resolution.
Right, but it's still falling under administrative.
And no, this section of town, this zoning district doesn't have an administrative function. So what would happen is, after tonight's meeting, we would bring this back up and discuss at the next work session, and then resolution would happen in October.
Okay. Okay.
And if I'm saying that incorrectly, I'm looking to Peter, my town attorney, to tell me.
No, I think that's right, and you'd have to address seeker as part of this. So you'd have to address the waterfront
And then we determined it might be a
consistency.
type 2.
Type 2 action.
Yeah, but we'll address that
Yeah.
for sure as part of the resolution. So continued conversation at the work session later this month.
Right, okay.
Is this in terms of outdoor performance things?
Nope, just in general.
Just in general, oh, okay. All right.
The process is just following the procedure that's set forth in our town code. So
Gotcha.
after the public hearing, then the town board's decision will be memorialized in a resolution.
Which would be in the beginning of October.
Okay.
So Supervisor, do we have any persons signed up or any comments online?
I was going to ask.
So we do
yeah.
have some public participation, but
not for
not for this.
Okay.
Yeah,
So are there any comments online before I make a motion?
no.
Okay, then I'd like to move, there being no other comments for this public hearing, I'd make a motion for the public hearing to be closed.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Vote, please, Amy.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes.
Okay.
We'll talk about it at the next work session later this month, and then a resolution should be prepared at the next legislative session, which is a month from today, I believe, October.
The first Wednesday in October.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be here in October, but one of my partners will be. So.
So Mr. Fernandez, she's actually going to step out in the hallway with you to talk next steps.
Okay.
And then make sure you're all set. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Good luck.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is public participation. And we have some folks that want to speak. Amy?
Yes, the first one is Karen Eyrig.
How you doing?
My name is Karen Ehrig, and I live at 2016 Penfield Road. And I just wanted to take the opportunity to say my concerns about the apartments that might be going up at Willow Pond. Our house is right across from Sanders Farm. Cars speed, they don't do the 35-mile speed that's on that road for sure. It's more like 55, and without a police force, we don't get a lot of ticketing on that road. There's often people making left-hand turns on that road. There's a lot of horn beeping and a lot of accidents, and there is a traffic light at Willow Pond, but people just try to beat the light and come out at Sanders Farm, so I just want to say I'm adamantly against that.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Janie Vellehusen.
How you doing, Janie?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My name is Janie Veldhuisen, and I live at 2028 Penfield Road. So I am 2 doors down from Karen and Mike, and the traffic on 441 is, as I'm sure you all know, horrendous. My home is in a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. They're doing 60. For us to even pull out of our driveway, we daily take our life in our hands. I live on the downside heading west, downside of the hill. So I am watching for cars doing 60 coming from my right. I'm watching cars doing 60 cresting that hill. I have a 5-year-old granddaughter that is not allowed to play in my front yard just because it's so dangerous out there. And as Karen said, without a police force, we're left to our own devices. I called the Monroe County Sheriff at one point, and he said it was too dangerous for him to send his officers out there. So we're residents. We live on that road. That's our home. And to put another building, another business, basically, in our area, the traffic is going to be unbelievable coming. I live 2 houses up from Sanders Farm, and there are numerous accidents, and we've got motorcycles coming down there doing wheelies at 80, and there's nobody around that they just won't, nobody will help us. So to put another building in that vicinity, I'm adamantly against it. And I'm sorry we didn't get the showing that Costco got, but, you know, these are our homes. And I've been in Penfield for 37 years. So I've seen how dangerous it got from when I first started living there. It wasn't like this. So I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Yeah, am I missing anything? I don't know. Okay. Okay. All right, I don't think we have anything. Next item on the is the additions and deletions of the agenda. There are 2 additions tonight. Resolution, yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to move to add resolutions 24T-150 through 152 as new business, please.
Vote, please, or do we
No
vote on
vote.
it?
I'll second
Yeah.
that if we're voting.
No vote.
No
Okay.
vote. Okay.
All right, let's move on to approving the minutes. Everybody get a chance to look at the minutes?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call vote, please, Amy?
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes.
Okay, any petitions? I believe we have one, right?
Yes, we do. I'm in receipt of a petition of 170 handwritten signatures and 71 computer-generated signatures of Penfield residents asking the town board to reject the proposal for the building of 84 apartments and a parking lot with 168 parking spots at 47 Willow Pond Way.
Okay, so what do we have to do with that, per se? Just read it.
I keep it, and the planning, I file it, and the planning board has a copy. I
Okay.
believe you all have a copy, and then you talk about it at a future work session or something.
I should know it by now, but, all right, let's move on to resolutions. You want to kick it off,
Okay.
Amy?
Authorization for supervisor to sign a license and hold harmless agreement to allow a fence within a walkway easement at 25 Bramblewood Lane.
Moved as written.
Second.
Vote, please, Amy?
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization for supervisor to sign a license and hold harmless agreement to allow a shed within a storm drainage easement at 41 Edenfield Road.
Moved as written.
Second.
Vote, please, Ms. Steckloff?
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorizing use of state and local fiscal recovery funds under the American Rescue Plan Act to address various town projects.
So moved.
I'll second.
The Town of Penfield received a total of approximately $3.8 million under the American Rescue Plan Act local fiscal recovery funds. There are special criteria for how these funds must be dispensed. The town has continued to abide by the terms and conditions for appropriate allocation and fiscal reporting of those funds through last year and this year. We have a remaining balance of approximately $559,000. Over a series of work sessions, the town board has reviewed eligible projects, taken into consideration the estimated costs, advice of department heads, staff, and our comptroller for these projects, and by this resolution would like to allocate to the active transportation plan security improvements throughout the Town Hall, Penfield Community Center, and Shadow Pines property, MS4 mapping, community center improvements, including an AC unit for the community center gymnasium, resurfacing tennis courts at Veterans Park, and continued maintenance of our facilities, and additional lighting, new lighting at the public library and the children's room. We believe as a board that these address needed infrastructure, improvement for the general welfare of our residents, as well as satisfying all the criteria for eligibility of ARPA use.
Thank you.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. State Environmental Quality Review Act, seeker, review and determination associated with the local law to amend town code to establish a public tree law.
Moved as written.
Second.
Vote, please.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. Adopt a local law to amend town code to establish a public tree law.
So moved.
Second.
The town board, along with the EECC and our engineering department, would like to adopt this local law to amend the town code to establish what would be an official public tree law. This is the culmination of months of work with committee review and department review to bring the town code into compliance and to adopt, or excuse me, to pursue the Tree City USA status. Kevin, as liaison to that committee, do you have any other thoughts or comments you'd like to add?
No, I would just like to commend the ECC for their work on this. I think they did a really good job, and I think the product is excellent.
And I think we all agree. So this public tree law, I'd like to also add, is the first step towards the creation of the town forestry plan, or maybe not the first step, but it precedes the requirement to create the town forestry plan to guide future decisions related to public trees and the maintenance thereof. So.
Okay. Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization for the town supervisor to sign a professional service contract with Costage Engineering, DPC, for sidewalk survey design.
So moved.
I'll second.
The town board would be authorizing the supervisor to sign a contract with this firm as a consultant to provide sidewalk design services and other professional services in an amount not to exceed $48,681.
Vote, please.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. Purchase of one 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD.
Moved as written.
Second.
I'll just note, this is the first of 3 resolutions that I'll be presenting. All 3 are for the replacement purchase of DPW vehicles. Just want to note these are part of a replacement schedule that we have, and all 3 of these vehicles will be coming out of the 2024 Highway Department budget.
Thank you.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. Purchase of one 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD with dump body, plow, and salter.
Moved as written.
Second.
Vote, please, Amy.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. Purchase of one 2025 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD with service body and crane.
Moved as written.
Second.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes.
Okay. Nothing for public safety or community services. Any old business? So we have some new business items.
Authorization to settle BRE Rook SH Sage Harbor tax certiorari proceedings.
So moved.
I'll second.
So for resolutions 150 and 151, these are authorizations to settle tax cert proceedings that involve the town assessor or assessor and the Board of Assessment Review for the properties named. These are subject to the review and approval of our town attorney as well as the Supreme Court for New York.
That's correct.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. Authorization to settle Penfield TK Owner LLC tax certiorari proceedings.
Moved as written.
Second.
Vote, please.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes. And our last one, amendment to 2024 adopted budget.
So moved.
Second.
This amendment would be providing funds to settle a confidential litigation matter.
Vote, please, Amy.
Barry?
Aye.
Lee?
Aye.
Leenhouts?
Aye.
Ockenden?
Aye.
Teglash?
Aye.
5 ayes.
Okay, I think we're right about done. Anything I'm missing? Anybody? All right. Seeing nothing else, the town board, next town board meeting is October 2nd, and I'll adjourn this meeting at 7:12. Wow.